Hi, it's me. It's Sunday. It must be the 2nd of May, and I'm inside my indoor double closh. As you can see, look. So, it's right nice out there, but inside here, this is my avocado tree, and since I fed it with the worm tea, it's grown a lot of new leaves, and so has my lemon tree, and my calamansi, and my lime is growing new leaves as well. The darker leaves are the new leaves on the lime. It's a cafe lime, and it's so that it's the ones that they use for making Thai curry, and they put the leaves in the curry towards the end of the curry. These here, I'm hoping, well, I'm pretty sure they're these ones are my orchid plant, and I did cuttings last year, and the cuttings kind of rotted down, but the plant itself on the nodules of these, you can see here, on the nodules, they kind of grew off and underneath, and I'm hoping that that's what they are. There's a load of salvias in here as well that I did cuttings of last year from a lady's garden, and as you can see there, all the rest of them I'm thinking are this orchid plant, and if they're not, I'm going to dig them out and obviously bin them. But they're all growing through, and it's just nice to see, isn't it? Nice to see different things. That one didn't grow, it's just a stick, but I'm going to check that out. But there are these ones, salvias again. And the other thing that I thought I'd bring you in to see is these are either melons or cucumbers, and I'm putting them all in here for now. And it's just for now. Oh, excuse me, burping. It's just for now until the system's actually running, because at the minute the system isn't running continuously, and so the bacteria that does the nitrification isn't really building up. I don't think it's not giving it enough time, and it just sits in there, so the water's not continuously flowing. So until the system's actually up and running properly, and I've got those couple of extra solar panels, and I've got the extra batteries that I need and all that sort of thing, all these plants are going to come and live in here for a bit. As you can see, look, I'm just planting, doing them a little hole each, and pull them back up a little bit, and it just sorts the root out. If you make your hole with your finger, let me just try and show you. If you make your hole with your finger, and you go down like that, it's like 3 inches or something. Do it with 2 fingers perhaps. That you see there, there's a hole. And then when you put your roots of the plant in, you can get them right down the bottom, and you can sort of stand your plant up like that, and it's got its roots there. And then you just tuck it in, bring in all the soil from around the side like that, sort of tuck it in a bit, and then if you just pull it up a little bit and then tuck in again and press down, it'll sort its root out a bit for it, it's put it in a better sort of order and line. So I've got one more left to do, and it's only got a tiny little root, this, because it didn't really do very well in there at the minute, because like I say, the system's not up and running. But I have put all of them in here, all the ones that I've pulled out. So there's some watermelons, there's some melons, there's some cucumbers, I think there's, and tiger melons, so 3 types of melon, and probably about 3 or 4 different types of cucumber. Anyway, they're all dotted in here, and as I say, I'm just bringing them in for now. Yeah, and I just thought I'd bring you in, show you the inside of my raised bed that's in a cloche, and it's just literally to keep my avocado tree and my banana plant. I got the banana plant last year, and it's growing quite well. I'm really quite pleased with that. I got the calamansi because I always wanted one, because I quite like a glass of rum every now and again, and it's very good to you pick them when they're a bit younger and they're kind of green-orange, and they're kind of sharp and sweet and oh, lovely. So yeah, that's why I've got that. The avocado, as I say, it's got lots of new leaves on, and it's doing better since I've watered it with worm tea. I'll probably do another worm tea feed later in the week. I've left that, looks like a little shamrock there, because it's a nitrogen fixer. It's like a clover type thing, and it does a nitrogen fix. So it takes the nitrogen out of the air and feeds it into the soil through its roots. And I thought in here the trees and that could probably do with a bit of that extra feed. My bougainvillea I don't think is going to ever come back, unfortunately. I'd really like it to, but it's holding on there well, so I'm going to wait a little tiny bit longer because I waited last year. It came through quite late. Let's see. It's not snappy, some of them are, but oh no, that one's a bit snappy. We'll see. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. Keep on giving it a little bit longer, but it does look like it's not with us. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, this is the inside of my cloche. I'm going to take the top off once it gets a little bit warmer in the mornings in here, because it's not that warm in here. It's, you know, above freezing, but it's not like really warm. You can see on the leaves they kind of got scorched by the, not frost, but by the cold weather, because they don't really like the cold, and that's why there's so many sort of scorched leaves here. The same on the lemon tree, there's a few. They don't like jumps in temperature, citrus trees. If you lose, you know, if it drops by 10 degrees, they don't really like it, and that's why I brought everything in here. The lemon tree and the avocados were actually in my house. The avocado came from my dad's garden, and then oh no, it didn't. No, I didn't. I had it before, and it's in the house, and it died back a bit, and I chopped it and it grew back anyway. That's why it's a weird shape, I think. So that's in there. My irises are still coming through. My bougainvillea is flowering brilliant. Strawberries, I've just gone through them and I've picked out all the dead leaves so that it gives the plant more space to produce the fruit, and there's loads of fruit coming all the way through here. Quite pleased with that as well. As I say, the system's going, but it's only going now. It's going in the daytime. So turn the radio off if you want to hear that. As I say, I've taken out the majority of things in here. There's a couple of tomatoes left, and they're a bit stunted, so I'm going to take them out. The system is running, but I'm going to just take things out. So these couple of tomatoes. There's actually 3. That's got quite a good root on it, right? But again, if the system was running, I'm sure that all of these things would be growing perfectly well. But because it's not going, they're not growing perfectly well. So we'll take these 3 out. I'm going to leave it running still. Seems a bit shame, but it doesn't matter. We'll just leave the system running for now. I'm hoping that I'm going to get these panels. When I get the panels, we're going to make a new shed on the end of the polytunnel for the solar panels to go on, because I haven't got enough roof space on the roof of the shed that I've got the solar panels in. This tomato here, I think it's a goner. I'm going to shove it over there because it looks like it's pretty much gone. I mean, it's still there, but I'm going to dig the hole again like that, poke the root down to the bottom. With the tomato, in fact, you can poke it down and it'll actually root off the stem of the plant as well, which with tomatoes and things, the more root you've got, the better the plant will be in theory. I'm just going to wiggle them about because I think it's sitting in the corner there and it's sitting in extra water. So 2, pop him right the way down, and I just poke it right the way around. You don't have to go too hard to press it in. There's nothing in here, but I haven't really watered it except for hazelnuts. My good friend Paul, before he passed, he gave me a big bag of hazelnuts. And he said, oh, you could eat them or you could grow them. They're cob nuts. So they're cob nuts, but they're like hazelnut, but they're a cob nut. So I put them in, and there's one there that's growing. And I've actually got quite a few in the field. There's another one over there. So, oh no, that's not it. There's quite a few. There's a few growing in the field all over the place, and I've left them in, and they're going to be Paul's trees. So there we are. Another one in there, actually. These tomatoes are growing very well in the pots, and there's some sort of squash pumpkin as well growing there. I don't know which one it is. I've got the little fan going, the solar panels up here. And it's not even in the bright sunshine. I mean, it's just brightening that as I'm saying that, but it's not really bright. And that fan's whizzing around. I've got them running along the edge here and down the bottom, and it draws the air from under the cold hedge and out into the polytunnel, and it keeps it cooler. And then I've got solar powered fans on the ceiling. There's one over there, there's one there, there's one in the doorway, and they all pump the air from cooler areas. Excuse me, I'm burping again. They blow them around, blow